on this episode of The Commercial Break. The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, yeah, cats and kittens. Welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and the co-host of this show, Chris and Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
And happy birthday to you, Krissy.
Thank you.
We didn't get a chance to say happy birthday because we didn't have a chance to jump in the studio last week, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
What is he, 29 now?
Yeah, holding.
Staying steady.
Yes, thank you so
Stay on
much.
target. Stay on target.
Yes.
Brad, you don't look a day over 30, Krissy.
Oh,
Don't look a
thank
day
you.
over 30.
Thank you.
How do you keep that magnificent skin and that taut body of yours?
Oh,
Tell the
just
world.
Lots of oils and
Ooh.
lotions and potions.
Does Jeff help you with the oils?
He does sometimes.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sometimes. We
All
like our
right.
lotions and potions and oils.
I do love me some Krissy Hoadley.
Oh my God, that guy.
What was that guy's name?
I
I can't
forgot.
remember
I
after all
know.
those years. What was his name?
Harry? Or no? It's
No. What was his name? Hey, it's me from Podcast Universe. What was his name?
Oh God,
I can't
we'll have to
remember.
remember it. Yeah.
All right, we'll remember. I'll go back to episode 3 and figure
Yeah,
it
I think
out.
that's when he made an appearance.
First season,
Yes.
for sure. Anyway, thanks for joining us in the streaming universe and the podcast universe. Hey, Candle Cane. Candle Cane's always in there.
Yes, she is.
He or she. We don't know. Is it Candle? Is it he or she or they or them? I don't know. I don't want to be offensive. So anyway, happy birthday to you. Congratulations on yet another year. You know, I got the world's kindest compliment today. I was in the Starbucks meeting my Starbucks boyfriend.
Of course.
As I do.
Mhm.
Okay, I have a boyfriend. His name is Lance, and I love him. And we love each other. And South Georgia Sean is in the house. Let me stop for a second and
Uh-oh.
say, I did read that it was South Georgia Sean's birthday. Sean, I'm sorry. He was on the phone. I didn't get back to him because I had a long weekend
That was his
myself.
birthday too. Well, happy
It was
birthday
his birthday
to South Georgia
also.
Sean.
I don't know when it was, sometime last week, but
Okay.
happy birthday, South Georgia Sean. I was in the Starbucks today doing my coffee boyfriend date, as I do, and one of the girls said it was her birthday
Oh,
last week. And I said, oh, well, congratulations. She said, I turned 35. I said,
Mhm.
that's wonderful. And she goes, I've never asked, how old are you? And I go, oh, you, how old do you think I am? She goes, my age, 35, 36. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's it.
there you
There
go.
you go. Done. It's the
That's
best
all I need.
compliment I could receive
Right,
all day.
mic drop. All right, I'm out. Thank you.
It really put me in a good fucking mood this morning. I
Yes.
was like, hotty doody, hot dog.
It's that tan
And-
skin.
Yeah, and then it's that tan skin. It's gonna make me look 80 when I'm 55, but that's okay. I'll stay on target.
Yes.
Stay on target.
We need to catch up with your gym membership too.
Oh, my gym membership. I've been to the gym a few times,
Mhm.
and they continue to bug me, and it's really starting to irritate the piss out of me
Still?
if I'm being honest. What's that?
Still?
Yeah, they don't fucking let it go. I mean, I'll talk about it in a few minutes, but the guy, he just doesn't leave it alone. He doesn't leave it alone because I've now either avoided or ghosted him
Mhm.
on 3 separate
Right.
appointments, and now I think he sees it as a personal affront, and he wants
Like a challenge.
it's a challenge
Mhm.
to try and get a personal fitness assessment with Bryan. But my personal fitness assessment is just to show up at the gym.
Yeah.
That is my personal
You're
goal for
winning.
2026.
Mhm.
I am winning by simply stepping in. By checking in, I have accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish. I have no goals. I don't want to add a pound of strength. I don't want to make my bicep. I don't care. I just don't want to look like an old flabby man. That's it. That's all I want to do.
There you go. That's
So
the
like,
assessment.
tighten and tone it just a little bit. I have no ass. I have flabby arms. You see me on those machines. I should be wearing long sleeves and long pants because you see me on those machines. I'm just a flab master. I'm like, my arms are all I look like Popeye. I look like Popeye lost all his gumption.
You maybe need some spinach.
Maybe I do need some spinach.
Mhm.
Listen, I saw the most interesting video the other day that said it hypothesized and then it backed that up with fact that the creators of the cartoon Popeye used spinach as a metaphorically, meth.
What?
That spinach was meth.
No.
Yes, because he was what? He was a Navyman,
Yes,
right?
I
He was
remember
in the Navy.
Yep.
Okay, that's what Popeye had, that big tattoo of
Mhm.
that anchor. He was in the Navy. And this cartoon was written, we all remember Popeye and olive oil and Bluto and all that other stuff. They were
Doing a bunch of meth in the
they
Navy?
were giving meth to the Navymen, to the sailors, and to the pilots as
I have
far
heard
back as
that.
World War I.
Mhm,
And
I
in
have heard
World
that.
War II, the Japanese, it was like their secret weapon. They would dope those kamikaze pilots up so fucking much and then tell them to go fly the plane right into the
God.
aircraft carriers. So this is not a secret. It is well documented, as the Germans were doing, and the Americans were doing it too. It's just not as well documented, but it is documented that they were doing this. And so I believe that Popeye is a World War I character. I
Mm.
think he was around like back in the 30s or 40s. But there's this whole video. I get fucking caught up in these fucking videos.
Yes, you
Who
do.
fucking cares? I'm watching how Popeye might have been taking meth instead of spinach. And I'm so fascinated by it. It's information that is completely fucking useless. As if there's nothing better to do with my time than to figure out whether spinach was a metaphor for fucking meth.
It is interesting, though.
It is interesting. I'll tell you what is a metaphor for meth. Harris Cherokee Casino is a metaphor for meth. That's what it is.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding.
Had my brother's bachelor party this weekend. And it was a fascinating series of events,
I know.
most
I've
of
been
which I can't get into.
Yeah, I've been very excited about hearing some of these stories.
It is a bunch of high school friends that had a moment in the sun. There was a hot tub outside, and at one moment in time, I firmly believe we were inside the movie Hot Tub Time
Hot
Machine.
Tub Time Machine.
That
Yeah.
we had all traveled back to 16-year-old selves, and we were having a moment in the sun.
That's fun.
We regaled ourselves with stories about the old days, how we used to do this, how we used to do that, how we used to make out with this girl, how that guy did this, and how those kids did that, right? It was like everybody, I think, will have those moments as you get older in life when you get taken back to
Sure.
a moment. The same music, the same substances, the same amount of inebriation, the same people are the same
Well, you
people
even
around.
had a former member of 33P there with you.
33P, Mike Skursky, which
Mhm.
I'll give him a shout out. We called him Scooter. Scooter was his name. Scooter was a phenomenal drummer, and he was our drummer in 33P. So Mike and I spent hours going back over all of the moments, which were like 3
Yeah.
about 33 penis, and it was fun. It was good to know. So, but I got to skip a lot of it because, of course, you don't kiss and tell
I
at
was
a
gonna
bachelor
say,
party,
yeah.
right? But there wasn't any like dancing girls or anything like that. We're all too old for that bullshit. And plus, in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, the options are limited.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
You settled for seeing some elk.
Yes, we
Fighting.
saw some elk, and
Mhm.
to a bunch of old guys, that was just as exciting as seeing tits. I mean, we're of a certain age, we've seen tits. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, and the groom doesn't want it, we don't want it, and then just to have some strange girl and probably a guy sitting outside in a car, the security guard or whatever. It's just a weird. It wasn't that kind of party. Let's put it that way, which is fine with me because I've seen enough dancing girls in my life.
Yeah.
I've dated enough dancing girls
Yes,
in
you
my life.
have.
I'm over it.
Yeah, it was just a big get together.
Yeah, strippers were never really my thing anyway, unless I was dating them. But it wasn't really
Right.
my thing. Well, anyway, whatever, who cares? Okay, so we go to Harrah's Cherokee Casino in Maggie Valley, North Carolina,
Hmm.
which is a huge facility that rises up out of the ground in the valley of a mountain. It is unbelievable. There is nothing anywhere. And then all of this, you were riding on these mountain roads that are crazy, windy, twisty, turny. And then all of a sudden, boom, this building
There's the
rises out.
casino.
Yeah, it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It is amazing. It is huge. Not as big as the Vegas casinos, but not small by any stretch of the imagination. It's a really large facility. And it was packed. I'll explain why. World Series of Poker.
Oh,
And
okay.
Boy George
Oh.
was playing live at
Wow,
Harrah's
he's on the casino
Cherokee
circuit.
Casino. That's
Okay.
right. Unbelievable. He's on the casino circuit.
Yeah, a
God
lot of
bless
people
him.
do it.
And and in the middle of dinner. Oh, okay. Let me tell you. So we get to. I'm driving. You know, I don't usually, at least not in this part of my life. I'll get back to it in my 60s or 70s. I don't partake in a lot of
Yes.
substances. So I said, hey guys, I'll drive. That'll be my contribution to the group. I'll drive as many as I can get in there. There's about 10 of us, 5 of us get in my car. I drive down these crazy roads.
Mhm.
Thank God I wasn't drinking because this was an insane road to drive up and
Those
down.
mountain roads can be crazy.
It was intense.
Yeah.
And had you not really been paying attention, I could see how you could get in trouble real quick.
And gosh, you guys were going to be, I mean, there was all that blizzard and storm stuff going on, but I guess
Yeah.
it didn't reach there.
Not when we were there.
Yeah.
Might have snowed up there. It was snowing actually when I left on Sunday morning, but it was snowing. It wasn't like sticking on the ground. It
Mhm.
was just snow. Anyway, so we get to Harrah's, dinner at 9:00. We get there at about 7:30. This is on Saturday night. Friday night, everyone hit it really fucking hard. I mean, really
That's what you
fucking
do on
hard.
that first night when
Yes.
you're all back together again.
Absolutely. Everyone's going golfing at
Mhm.
11, but no one seems to understand that there's a clock and it keeps moving. And no matter
Yes.
what you do, you're going to have to show up. And these guys are like, they're hell bent on going golfing. Me, I'm a take it or leave it kind of guy. If I'm hungover and I don't want to golf, I don't go golf. Some people in the group, it doesn't matter how hungover they are. They want to
Yeah,
go
they're
golf.
making it.
It's like the cure for hangover, but there's nothing about being out in the cold, wet, damp, in middle of nowhere for 4.5 fucking hours, driving on a golf cart that makes it even colder than it already is. That seems interesting to me when I'm hungover.
Yeah, and you guys had a big group too.
10,
Yeah,
10 of
That's a
us.
lot of people to get through.
3 of us stayed back at the
Right.
at the-
Okay.
I stayed in the warmth. I was good with that.
In the hot tub.
Cool. Yeah. And I wasn't even hungover, but I wasn't planning on golfing anyway. So anyway, okay. So we get to Harrah's, 9:00 dinner. We leave at 7. We get there at 7:30. So we have an hour and a half to kill. Harrah's Cherokee Casino. No offense to anybody involved in Harrah's. It is the Walmart of casinos. That's the best way to explain it. It is the everyman, everyday super discount.
Go get your gambling on.
Go get your gambling on.
Mhm.
No matter your fit or fashion, you're welcome at Harrah's. And man, does it take all kinds. I will explain to
That's
you.
why they're making so much money.
They are killing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It was absolutely packed. They have a 12-story, 10-story, 12-story parking deck. I had to park on the very top.
Oh my God.
On the very top. That's where I had to
Well,
park.
Saturday night at the casino.
Saturday night at
And Boy
Harrah's.
George.
Boy George in the World Series of Poker. They're
Yeah.
both going on there, right? Okay. So we get there, we park, we walk 7 miles to go to find the casino. We had to go through the hotel and through the food court and the restaurant and the retail district and all this. And we get there and we go to the middle bar. And the middle bar is exactly what it sounds like. Middle of the casino. There it is. Huge round bar. And when I say huge, I mean huge. I showed Krissy pictures of it.
Mhm, it did look huge.
It's huge. It's just a big circle. And in the middle of the circle, about 15 feet in the air, is a stage.
I can't believe that part. I was surprised at.
Unbelievable, right? Okay. Now, there's no vibe at Harrah's Cherokee Casino. There are many vibes. There are Chinese dragons hanging from the ceiling. There are
Well, it was just Lunar New Year.
Lunar New Year. There
Mhm.
are like lit up Rubik's cubes and Tetrises on the stage. There's like an old pirate theme in the background. It's all a mishmash of shit. I guess whatever you want, they have.
Yes. They're the Cheesecake Factory.
They are the Cheesecake
of
Factory.
casinos.
That's it. Better than the Walmart to the Cheesecake Factory. A big, large menu of whatever you want. The casino is huge. The bar is big. The stage is large. And as we get there, there is a group of guys that are setting up, getting ready to play. And I got to tell you, if any of them were under the age of 60, I would have been surprised. And I'm sitting there talking to Scooter, and we are again regaling about the old days of 33 Penis and how
Wondering if you can sit in. with
wondering
George.
if we could do it
Yes.
one more time,
Uh-huh.
right? I mean, there's some like honest talk, like I think some earnest talk organically about could we do it one more time? Could we mount one more comeback, one more show? Could we all get the old guys together, play the old songs? You know, Mike was saying these songs were good. They were like immature a little bit, but they were good. Like we just didn't have enough time to really,
Flesh 'em
polish
out.
them.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Mm.
you could polish a piece of shit all day long. It's still going to be a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, okay, maybe we could make
You
that
could do
into
a
something.
farewell tour because you never really did a first farewell tour.
We never
right?
did a tour.
Yeah,
It's
right.
hard to do a farewell tour when you never did a tour. It would be the inaugural and the farewell tour at
Yes.
the same time. Anyway, we're talking about this and we're watching these guys get set up on there. And these guys are dressed like spandex, long hair. I mean, these are straight out of the 80s. And Mike is looking at me and he's like, these guys, think about this. They are probably retired. They come up here every fucking Saturday night and they play these cover tunes and they
Yeah.
probably each get, $600, $500, $600. And he goes, wouldn't you do that? And I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, look, they have a crowd. There are people that love them. Obviously, they
They're
drew
doing what they love.
a huge crowd playing the same fucking tunes you play at a wedding, don't stop, I will find her. The love inside her. The same fucking shitty tunes everyone plays. The Foreigner and Def Leppard and Van Halen and all that
Mhm.
shit. This kind of stuff that people love to rock to. And these guys were doing it, and they were doing it terribly, but they were doing it. And I said to myself, you're right, Mike. That is the dream. Like, is the dream is maybe the dream never really goes away. Maybe it just comes back in a different form.
True.
Maybe 33 Penis wasn't meant to be the Pearl Jam or Alice in Chains of its time. Obviously, it wasn't. We played one show, 2 shows.
He's so close.
Mike thinks we played 3 shows, but I say 2 shows. We were so close. If anybody had attended those shows, I think we really could have taken off. If we had an audience, I think we could have taken off. He says, but look at this. I mean, these guys are doing what they want to do, and they're probably just like us when they were kids. And I was like, yeah, minus the talent, minus the ability to actually play our instruments, we could be these guys. And I thought to myself, yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe you go down to the villages
Mm-hmm.
and you play every Friday and Saturday night and you get your $500 and there's your dream. It's just a different
Yeah,
form.
you're doing what you love
That's
and
it.
meeting people, staying social.
Staying social,
making a little extra cash.
and getting the gratitude and appreciation for the art that you love to do. You're going to play somebody else's songs, but that's it. Anyway, these guys started playing and they were terrible, but whatever. I mean,
Were they
it
like
doesn't
the
matter.
openers for Boy George?
No, they were. This was just.
Boy George was probably in the theater.
Boy George was in the theater.
I forgot they've got those theaters.
So everyone is like, we all meet at the middle bar, and everyone is kind of. Everyone's a little distracted. Let's put it that way. They're distractible. How's that? That's a better word to put it. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing.
Casinos are just like, sensory overload.
Bright lights, big city, lot of people, lot of dinging machines, a lot of people yelling and screaming because they're making money, and everyone wants to go gamble. So everyone's kind of off in their own little world, little pairs doing whatever. And me and Mike are sitting there at the bar, patiently waiting for our appointment at Guess Who's restaurant.
Oh God,
Guy Fieri.
I just guessed that. Oh my God,
Guy fucking Fieri. Listen, there are not a lot of options that you or I would pick.
Yeah.
There is Gordon Ramsay's Food Hall, which is exactly what you expect it to be. Gordon Ramsay's Food Hall. It's like, burgers and fries, fish and chips, pizza, big Gordon Ramsay face right there. It's this huge food hall. Gordon Ramsay's face, 10 feet tall right there.
Well, that adds a little class to it.
Yeah, you got to class up the joint when you're at Harris. But, it's a food hall, so we're not going to go eat there. Roost Chris Steakhouse, I would think, is probably the best option that is available.
Yes.
Ramsay, they also have Ramsay's, which is a
Ramsay's.
Yeah, you put an A at the end of his name, and all of a sudden it's fancy. I don't know how. But there's Ramsay's, but it's hard to get a reservation on a Saturday night. And I don't know if everybody wanted Ramsay's. Roost Chris was the original choice, but again, they couldn't accommodate us at a time when we wanted, which was 7 o'clock initially, but got pushed back to 9 o'clock. I think because of what happened on Friday night.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No one wanted to go to dinner early. Everyone wanted to get a nap in between golf and dinner.
You've got to.
Of course.
Yes.
That's what I did
Essential.
That's what I did while they were golfing. I went
Yeah.
and took a nap. And I wasn't even drinking. And I needed a nap. So we go to Guy Fieri's restaurant. This huge, I mean, the ceilings are 40 foot tall. It's huge. It's open. There is no descript style going on at all. It's
Okay.
nothing. It's modern minimalist, right? Tables scattered throughout.
I would
couple
think it
of
would be
booths.
some kind of like diners, drive-ins kind of theme.
You would think they would give it some kind of fucking theme, but the only theme that was available were the 16 televisions inside of the restaurant
Oh, God.
that were playing Guy Fieri's television shows. Diners, drive-ins, and dives, Triple D. Guy's grocery games, and then Guy's Fantastic America or whatever it's called. It's just on a loop. They're playing clips
That's
of the shows.
hilarious.
It was so weird. And listen, we all talked about it. Like, if you got to watch a television show, Triple D is not the worst thing that you could
It's
watch.
not. It's mindless.
It's mindless entertainment. He's entertaining enough to bounce it along. He always interrupts the chefs. He never lets
Yeah.
them cook. He never lets anybody do anything. He's the guy. He has to tell you what's in it. But the chef will be making something and he'll be like, half a spoon of garlic. And the chef will be like, yeah, how did you know that? Because he already got the recipe. So he keeps on interrupting. Whatever. Anyway, you can watch it. It's mindless entertainment. Guy Fieri had a series of burger joints before he joined Food Network.
Oh, he did?
Yes. And apparently they were well liked by it on the West Coast. And then I think he had one in New York. But he had like 4 of these restaurants.
Yeah.
Guy's Big Burgers or something like that. And people liked them. If you go back and you read those reviews, if you look at any early magazine articles or articles about Guy Fieri, people really liked those burgers. They thought they were good. Smash burgers. They thought they were really good.
I do like a good smash burger.
I do too. So what do we have on the menu? We got smash burgers. That's what we got.
Okay.
Smash burgers, hot chicken, fried chicken, and a couple knickknacks, right? But then it takes about 5-10 minutes for the waiter to come up. That's not good. It takes about another 10 or 15 minutes for the waiter to get the drinks to the table. That's not great. It takes about another 5-10 minutes for him to get an appetizer order. And somebody orders lobster popsicles, fried lobster popsicles. And if you call something a popsicle, I don't want it. Lamb popsicle, lobster popsicle.
No.
I don't want anything that I'm supposed to eat with protein in it to be called fucking popsicle.
I agree.
That's 1992 bullshit. Leave it alone. But anyways, Guy Fieri's. What are we going to do? And then there's like these.
What are we going to do?
And what are we going to do? It's Guy Fieri's. I'm
Yes, you
here.
got
I'm
the
sitting here.
lobster pops.
Lobster pops.
Okay.
We get the lobster pops.
Lobster on a stick.
Yes. And then Guy's amazing cheesy pretzel bites or something like
Okay.
that. Those lobster popsicles show up. I didn't have one. Everyone said they were good, but they came in like a basket full of fries on these sticks. It just looked terrible. I mean, it just looked terrible. It didn't look appetizing to me. The slop that came out with the pretzel bites, I don't even know how to explain it. It was drowning in some kind of liquid cheese with bacon and Guy's donkey sauce all over it. There's fucking donkey sauce on everything.
Donkey sauce, is that his thing?
That's his thing, the donkey sauce, which is essentially garlic aioli, which is
Yeah.
don't put that on anything I'm eating, please. I don't like garlic aioli. You could find mayonnaise and garlic together. It's just not. It's not for me.
It's
And
too overpowering.
It's way overpowering. I want a burger to taste like a burger, not like a garlic
A donkey?
mayonnaise, like a donkey sauce. I don't want any donkey punch sauce on my thing. Okay. So these cheese bites were beyond description. I had one and I was like, wow,
That's all I need.
that's all I needed. But I was optimistic because I ordered Guy's famous smash mac and cheese burger.
Oh, you went mac and cheese burger?
Double patty, double smash burger, mac and cheese, bacon.
All on the same bun?
Yes. And then flot or lopped or whatever they call it. Lettuce, onion, tomato, pickle, plot. I don't know what they call it. And then Guy's donkey sauce. Right. So I say to the guy, I say, hey, listen, give me everything that is meat and cheese and everything else leave off of it. Right.
Yeah.
Bacon, cheese, mac and cheese. That's it. That's all I want. And the guy says, okay. And a lot of other people order this because it's like the thing that he's known for.
Sure. It's his famous thing.
It shows up. And I'm telling you what, Krissy, I was so fucking hungry. I could have eaten my own hand. It was not good. It was not
Oh,
fucking good. I was so
bummer.
disappointed.
Yeah, because especially when you're hungry too, and this is
You,
supposed to be his famous thing.
this is his famous thing. It's a fucking smash burger. You take a fucking griddle, you take a fucking
And you
spatula and you
smash it.
smash it. That's it. That's all you
Yes.
do. You put a bunch of cheese on it. Mac and cheese could have been mac and cheese out of a box. And that's all you had to do. 2 strips of bacon,
Yeah.
done. I would have loved it. This wasn't it. And plus, I asked for no donkey sauce. I got extra donkey sauce.
Ugh.
And I'm telling you what, that donkey sauce was like a donkey punch to my mouth. It was like fucking
Yeah, I
disgusting.
know. I've had like fries with that covered
Yeah.
all over it, and it's too much.
Guy Fieri's.
Not the best review.
No, I'd give it 1.5 Willies out of 5. 1.5 Willies out of 5. That's what I give it. I wish it was. I really wished it was better, but it just didn't turn out to be good. And I don't know.
Well, you were at a casino, you gambled, you lost.
We took our chances.
Yep.
We rolled the dice on Guy
Mhm.
Fieri's, and we lost. But the most entertaining part of dinner did not happen in the restaurant. It happened outside the restaurant. Everybody went and smoked. I had my 1 cigarette a year
Oh yeah.
at
You
the
did it.
bachelor party. Yeah. And I just get so excited about that 1 cigarette a year, and it's a disappointment every fucking time. Tastes like I'm chewing on a cigar. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was not good. I don't know. I feel like
Mm-mm.
I get so excited about having a cigarette, but then it never works out in my favor. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do because we both used to be smokers,
Yeah.
and we've both quit now.
And
ever since then, which I've quit now, I guess like 10 years
yeah,
ago.
10 years I've no cigarettes.
Yeah, and so I did the same thing for a little while where I was like, oh, I'll just have a cigarette, and every time it just wasn't.
It's
It's
gross.
gross.
It's gross.
So I've stopped. I'm just
Yeah.
done.
Okay. Well, I'd still do it once a year and
Yeah.
whatever. I'd rather smoke a cigarette than a cigar, if I'm being honest, because cigar is overpowering, even though I do have a cigar every once in a while. Okay. So we all go outside to smoke a cigarette. And what we found out there was the most entertaining part of the entire night. Let's take a break. And when we get back,
Oh, the
I'll tell you all
cliffhanger.
about it. Oh, yeah. I've got to give you the cliffhanger because we're already an hour into the
I
episode.
know.
Because Brian can't shut his mouth. Oh, and there's Blue. Blue's here for you. Episode number
What's up, Blue?
out of 967 episodes.
I had a dream
966.
about Blue last night. I'll have to tell you about it after the break.
Okay, we'll talk about it after the break. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Hey, it's Rachel, your new voice of God here on TCB. And just like you, I'm wondering just how much longer this podcast can continue. Let's all rejoice that another episode has made it to your ears, and I'll rejoice that my check is in the mail. Speaking of mail, get your free TCB sticker in the mail by going to tcbpodcast.com and visiting the Contact Us page. You can also find the entire commercial break library, audio and video, just in case you want to look at Krissy, at tcbpodcast.com. Want your voice to be on an episode of the show? Leave us a message at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. Tell us how much you love us, and we'll be sure to let the world know on a future episode. Or you could make fun of us. That'd be fine too. We might not air that, but maybe. Oh, and if you're shy, that's okay. Just send a text. We'll respond. Now I'm going to go check the mailbox for payment while you check out our sponsors, and then we'll return to this episode of the commercial break.
Okay, so we get to the so we go outside, we go to smoke a cigarette, and who walks up on us? Krissy?
Guy Fieri?
No. No.
Boy George.
Boy George.
What?
I wish that I was kidding. And let me explain. I'll walk it through a little bit.
Okay.
Boy George had just gotten done with the concert, and we noticed that there were a lot of Boy George fans dressed in their 80s regalia with their t-shirts, and some of them even had like the makeup and the hair and the whole, they were all decked out. They were very excited about Boy George. You have to be a really big Boy George fan to make it to Harris Cherokee
Yes, you
Casino
do.
in Maggie Valley to see Boy George. But this might be your only chance to ever see Boy George, so who knows? I must say this. Not only was a World Series of Poker going on, not only was Boy George concert going on, but then they had some kind of Dungeons and Dragon tournament, like unofficial tournament going on in the lobbies. They had these large
That's a
groups
mix of a lot of different types of people.
Yeah, and they were like, some of them had coup-de-té trays, like they had brought themselves cut up vegetables. It was really weird. Anyway, whatever.
Huh.
Okay, so out walks coup-de-té, the coup-de-té tray. Out walks what I can only describe as Boy George.
That's
I'm
incredible.
Full
long hair with the braids. And
long
stuff.
hair, colored braids, the hat,
Oh, yeah.
the makeup, the jacket. The big, Technicolor jacket, right? Straight out of Comma Chameleon video.
Karma.
Karma Chameleon
Yes.
video.
Nice. That's fun.
I'm like, holy shit. This is Boy George. He's standing right where that television is right there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's Boy George. So after a few seconds of trying to wrap my head around exactly what's going on, double taking and triple taking and quadruple taking, why would Boy George be standing outside in the valet area of Harrah's Cherokee Casino? I go, excuse me, are you Boy George? And this is what came out of his mouth. No, but I sure do look like him, don't I? And I was like, fucking A, are you an impersonator? Not an impersonator, just a real big fan of
Oh,
Boy George.
wow. Okay.
Krissy,
Yeah.
you could have fucking fooled me. I mean, I'm no Boy George expert, right? I haven't.
Right. But
He's not on my
you
playlist.
know what he looks like.
I know what he looks like because my
Mhm.
mom was a huge fan of his, like
Mhm.
every other mother in the world. They grew up in the 80s, right? And it was love Boy George and all that,
Yeah.
Culture Club and all that other stuff. This guy was like a spitting image of Boy George. And if he didn't open his fucking mouth, you would have never known the difference. He looked short. Everything about him looked like Boy George. He was just a guy who dressed up like fucking Boy
Or
George
maybe
to
it
go
was
see
it
Boy
was
George.
Boy George, but that was his disguise, was
You
the
know,
voice.
I don't know.
He didn't want to be bothered.
We started talking.
Yeah.
Like he ended up being a real chatty motherfucker. And so he started talking about how much the Boy George had affected the music culture in the 80s and blah, blah, blah. None of it untrue. None of it really true. Like he was a big influence he was certainly one of the first video stars, let's put it that way. And he had a few big hits, right?
Yeah.
What's that song? Do you really wanna hurt me? Yeah. And then come a chameleon. Okay,
You
those two
come and
songs.
go.
You come and go.
Whoa,
You
whoa.
come and go. And then I don't know any other songs.
Yeah.
But those two songs, okay, they were on rotation, no doubt about it. A lot of times. But this guy was a spitting image of Boy George, and what came out of his mouth was
Just
the
totally
only
didn't match.
distinguishing factor.
Yeah.
It did not match what I was seeing. It was hard to believe because I expected that fucking British accent to come
Right.
out of his mouth.
Mhm.
And I expected his voice to be a little higher. And if no offense to anybody in the crowd, a little bit of a lisp, right? We all heard Boy George talk.
Mhm.
And that's not what came out. It was full redneck accent. So I'm like,
That's hilarious, actually.
I go, hey, man, you really look like Boy George. I sure as shit do, don't I? Man, I'll tell you, when I heard Boy George coming up here, I got so fucking excited. I had to get ready, plan my outfit. And I'm like, do you do this? Like, you follow him? I've probably seen him about 10 times. And I go, oh, wow. Okay. So you
Done this before.
yeah, do you dress like this on any day? Or is this just like for Boy George?
Yeah.
He goes, you don't ask me twice. If there's a Boy George event, I'm there. And I like to dress up. And, I oftentimes get mistaken for Boy George. I go, really? Because as a matter of fact, tonight I got mistaken for Boy George. I was walking into the venue and they said, are you the artist? And I said, well, I wish I was.
Well, you mistook him for him too.
Yeah, I mistook. I said, I see why you were mistaken for him. Anyway, so we're all out there smoking cigarettes. And I didn't know that people went to the Boy George concert and dressed up like Boy George. But I saw more than a few.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, he had a definite cult following. And, there's those types of people that really just, they make an impression
They
on
do.
you. And then you have to, it is a certain time of your life. It really made an impression. And then you just, you want to follow them around.
Yeah. It's a moment in time. It's a small moment in time. But I do remember how big Boy George was for a moment in time.
Mhm.
But now he's playing Harrah's Cherokee Casino.
Yeah. I bet it pays well, though.
Oh, they got to be paying him
Yeah.
what, $100,000?
There's a lot of people that do that casino circuit. Mhm.
Yeah, listen, comedians do it all the
Yep.
time. There's people that make good money going and doing those. Just the Indian casinos, just the Harrah's Cherokee, the
Mhm.
Borgata in New Jersey or whatever. That's the thing, there's been a lot of talk lately about Vegas and how Vegas is really hurting right now and all the different reasons why Vegas is hurting. I'm not a huge Vegas guy. I've been there about
Yeah,
10
me
times.
neither.
I go there for 48 hours maximum.
Max. Yes.
Because there's no reason to be in Vegas more than 48 hours. There's nothing else to do except for gamble, drink, and be awake. That's it. And so that gets exhausting after a minute,
Yeah.
and it gets kind of boring, if I'm being honest. I'm not a huge gambler, so I
Mhm.
do like to spend a little bit of money, but not a huge gambler. There's a lot of talk about why Vegas is seeing a real downturn right now. Is it the casinos that are charging you for everything? I saw a video where a guy ordered room service and he got charged $25. I think it was by the Bellagio for silverware, extra silverware.
Oh, wow.
He ordered a plate and then he wanted an extra pair of silverware for whoever his guest was. And they charged him $25. And then they charged him $15 to bring it to the room. And then they charged him $12 to drink a bottle of water. Another guy got charged $10
Oh, yeah.
just because he
Open the
opened
mini bar.
the mini bar,
Mhm.
right? He didn't take anything. He just opened it.
Yep.
And they charged him a resealing fee or something like that. Parking is no longer free. Parking was always free. You don't get free drinks at a lot of the places unless you're spending money at the high roller facilities. That was the
Yeah.
deal for Vegas a long time.
It was the free drinks.
You could go and not spend a fucking dime on booze because you just walk in and out of those places. Stand. Yeah, I mean, you've been to Vegas. I think we're all old enough. You've been to Vegas. You would stand anywhere close to a table and someone would be right there taking your drink order and they wouldn't charge you. You tip the lady a nice
Yeah.
$5 and then you'd be on your way. You got the lady or the guy. It's not like that anymore. It's everything is being charged and the regular gamblers being priced out of Vegas because the hedge funds are in there. And people believe they're trying to make it that way. A lot like Disney World. They're pricing the middle tier consumer out of it so that they can get
Mhm.
the high rollers in, spending the kind of money they want to make. They figure if they can't get your dollar, they'll make it up with the rich dollar
Yeah.
that doesn't care about being charged $25 for silverware. But I got news for you, Vegas. Everyone cares about getting charged $25 for fucking silverware. That's insane.
crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to Vegas anymore. You can go to Harrah's. And
Mhm.
that's where these people are. That place on Saturday night was fucking packed. Packed. Every table, every fucking machine. Not every machine, but most of the machines.
Yeah.
And hundreds, if not thousands of other people walking around the floor, spending money in the food hall, seeing the show at the World Series of Poker. This is like, these people are making money hand over fist.
Oh, yeah. They've got to.
And how quickly you can lose money at those places is amazing to me.
Yeah, it goes quick.
One of my brothers took, I don't know, $1,000 or whatever, and he was playing blackjack, right? And I just stood and watched him play blackjack, and he played it well. It wasn't like he was, being an idiot, but he played it well, doubled down when he needed to double down, hit when he should hit.
Yeah.
And he'd go up a few chips, he'd go down,
Then, yeah.
he'd go up a few chips, and he'd go down. It took about an hour. And I think he lost total. He bet 1,000. He lost $400, right? So he walked away with $600.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing. You're paying just for the act of playing.
There's this guy at the table. So I'm standing back and I'm watching my brother play. And there's a couple other people at the table. And one of the guys is there with a very beautiful young woman who's dressed very nicely. And then there's 4 seats. So it's my brother, this guy, and this girl. And then there's an open seat. And up walks a Jelly Roll looking motherfucker. He
Mhm.
looks like Jelly Roll. That's the best way to put it, right? He's got sunglasses on, the fake leather jacket, young guy. And you can see a whole deal go down with him and the guy that was with the girl.
Okay.
Let's call him baseball cap guy. So there's a deal that goes down. I watched it all.
Like
I've
a drug
se-
deal?
A drug deal. I've seen
Okay.
enough of these go down.
Mhm.
I know what happened, right? The guy comes and whispers in his ear. The guy stands up. They walk away from the table for a second. There's a handshake. There's a thing. There's a pocket. The whole thing. And
Baggy.
yes, and the guy, the Jelly Roll looking motherfucker, he was desperately tweaking. I mean, he was just like fidgety all over the place. I could see what was going on. So the Jelly Roll guy sits down at the table after this whole deal goes down, and he goes into his wallet, and he pulls out money, and it's like $20. Well, he loses it immediately, right?
Yeah.
And so then he goes and whispers to the guy he just did this deal with. And the guy he did the deal with then pulls out however
gives
much
him-
money and
gives
gives him
him some
money on the table. I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
This, like, I guess they don't care. I mean, there's enough security and there's a camera, 7 cameras
Oh,
on every
everywhere.
table. Yeah. I guess they don't care. I don't know. But this is like the slice of Americana. Everyone's doing their own thing. There is no better entertainment, in my opinion. I had such a good time just people watching, including the people I was with. Just
Yes.
people watching everything that was going on at the Harrah's Cherokee Casino.
Oh, it had to be entertaining. And like I said, too, for all of those the World Series of Poker. So was the World Series of Poker? It was like there. They weren't just airing it.
No.
It was there.
Well, it's a circuit.
Okay.
So the World Series of Poker, the big one is in Vegas where they have like
that's what I thought.
$20 million pot or something. This was a $2 million pot. So the winner would walk away with about $650,000.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-day tournament. So my brother Kevin had a friend that met us up there. I'd never met the guy, but him and Kevin have been friends for a couple of years. And he is like plays professional poker.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't enter this particular tournament, but he was there to gamble for the weekend.
Okay.
And he said, listen, I would, but I have to be somewhere on Monday. And he said, and if you do well, you could be sitting at those tables for 3 days.
Oh, I can imagine.
He said,
Yeah.
so when we were there, it was Saturday. And we were like, can you just go watch it?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's in the event center. You can just walk in and watch it if you want to. Hundreds of tables, all their own little universe. And there are these girls that were in these bright green vests, and they were massaging certain players.
Oh.
So the players were getting massages. I'm
Okay.
assuming they were paid to do this.
Yeah.
They were getting massages. There was a girl every third table, like massaging somebody, right? And they'd be playing poker, and the girl would be working on their arm or their back or
Because
their
they've
neck.
just been sitting there.
They've been sitting there for so long.
Mm.
And when I walked in there, probably about midnight on Saturday night, there were maybe of the hundreds of tables, there were probably 50 still playing. So it was largely empty, but there were 50 still playing. And so I just stood there for a minute. There was another guy that was standing there, and he goes, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? I said, it really is. Like all these people just playing poker. I said, how long will they play into the night? And he goes, you play until you play. He goes, eventually they'll stop for the night. He goes,
Yeah.
but could go to 3 or 4 in the morning. And I was like, holy
Sure.
shit. He goes, they'll be back at it 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Wow.
I thought to myself, wow, I can't concentrate on anything for that long.
I
I really
know.
can't, let alone when there's like, hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake. But it's $1,700 buy-in. Then you could walk away with $650 if you win.
Yeah.
But there are thousands of players. But this guy was explaining that this goes on regionally. Every month, there's another
Okay, that
World
makes
Series of
sense.
Poker somewhere. This one
Mhm.
was not televised, but some of them are. But the one in Vegas is like a $15-20 million pot. The winner walks away with $5 million or something like that. It's that is
Yeah,
a
that's
big
the
deal.
big one.
Yeah, that is a big deal. I went into a casino once in Aruba where they were having a high stakes poker tournament, like a regional high stakes poker tournament, and the buy-in was $175,000.
Oh, wow.
And the pot, the winner would walk away with like $10 million,
Yeah.
which is like, that's a crazy amount of money. $10 million to win. But in that case, there were only like 100 players total.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Up the entrance.
Yeah, do
fee.
the math. Yeah, do the math, and there it is. All right, let's do this. Let's stay on track. Let's get a short break, and then I want to hear your story. You just said,
Oh, well, I just had a dream about blue. So
what's a dream? Tell us. Do tell.
Okay, so the dream was that I came over to record and you had a couple of puppies running around. And I was like, oh my gosh, puppies, those are so cute. And
I
and
kicked
the
one.
kids were playing with them, and there were a couple of these little cute little like black lab puppies or
Oh.
something running around. And they were so cute. And then after a while, I was like, what? Wait, hold on. And you go, I got rid of blue.
Oh,
And this is to distract the kids from knowing that I got rid of blue. And I was like, you did it? I was like, God, you got fed up. I remember I was talking to like Astrid about it, and she's like, he just couldn't take it anymore. And so we had to do something to replace. So these are the new puppies. And we think that blue has found a new home.
in an alternate universe, are you dreaming when you're awake? Are you awake when you're dreaming? I've started to do lucid dreaming again. I did it when I was like in
Yeah.
my 20s. I've started to work back on lucid dreaming, where you can
Mhm.
identify that you're in the dream, and in some cases,
Yeah.
with dreams, a lot of times the behavior, the things you're doing, the things you're seeing, whatever, it's all just kind of a watercolor, right?
Right.
And you can't control what you're doing in the dream. With lucid dreaming, you can identify that you're in a dream and be the witness to what's going on. So you can start to pick out things in a more realistic way.
Mhm.
It's interesting. And I've done it before, not to great effect, but
Yeah, I've done that before too.
but I've seen it, and you can train yourself to do it. Like there's like psychologists give you tips on how to do this. Anyway, maybe in an alternate universe, blue, I had to get rid of blue
You had to.
because
And you,
she drives me fucking crazy.
yeah, I was like, I can't believe he did it. He finally did it.
I go to that Starbucks, and Lance has a dog named Chipper, and Chipper is a
Oh, Chip.
white, snow white bully, pit bull,
Okay.
right? and it is the most gentle,
Mhm.
kindest, sweetest dog. And this dog is in love with me. When I walk into the Starbucks and Chipper is there, Lance has to let the leash go because she just comes up and
She wants to
yeah,
have
and
some of you. Yes.
sits right by me while we're doing, I just love this
Aw.
dog. And I was telling Astrid this, and she's like, "What about Blue?" And I'm like, "What about Blue?" That's Blue sparking in the
I
background.
know.
I mean, I love Blue too, but it's the candy you cannot have. It's the candy everybody wants.
Maybe
Do you know
need
what
a
I'm
new little
saying?
black puppy.
Yeah, and we're not getting another dog. That's it. Astrid and I have talked about it. No more dogs.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think I'm mentally in a position to have another dog after having 3 children and Blue.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Blue is a lot. Blue is a lot. And so are children, by the way.
Yes.
They're about the same amount of aggravation. But the kids are, to me, like they take a priority.
Of course.
Poor Blue. She was ruled the roost until we started having
Mhm.
children.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie. C'est la vie, Blue. C'est la vie. All right, let's take a short break. We'll be back.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I, Rachel, have taken over the voice duties at TCB. It's pretty simple. Astrid asked me to shut Bryan up, even for a minute. Well, lovely Astrid, your wish is my command. Do you want to help Astrid too? You know you do. Leave a message for her, or me, or Krissy at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. You can be on the show too. Just call and say something. Anything. Or text us and we'll text you right back. Promise. Then head over to tcbpodcast.com and get your free sticker. It's your constitutional right to a sticker, and we must abide. You get the point. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and watch all the episodes on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Best to you and Astrid, especially Astrid.
I found video of
Nice.
Boy George at the Harrah's. Okay, let's see what he's doing here.
Looks like a fun show.
Yeah. Well, now that I see the actual Boy George, that guy looked nothing like Boy George. Wow, that is a huge facility.
Oh my God.
That's
yeah.
huge. There must be 5,000 people in that facility.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's Culture Club. Not that I know the difference, but okay, there you go.
The Culture Club was the rest of the band.
yeah,
I
the
guess.
rest of the band.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he always tours with Culture Club or he just whatever. Anyway, we swore on all that was holy that we would not watch Love Is Blind, and I have stuck to that. I
Yeah,
have
me
stuck
too.
to it. I watched 15 minutes of it here because it started playing on my
Right.
Netflix.
No, I have banned myself after last season. I was like, I cannot do it again. This is so dumb. They know what they're doing, and you have to keep watching. If you watch, then you have to keep
you get
watching.
roped in.
You
get
I mean, the
sucked in.
claws the claws get in you. So
It's a
I
little
was like, I'm not.
succubus.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do it.
No, fuck it. I'm not doing it. And everyone who goes on the show wants to be famous
Mhm.
or has a serious mental disorder,
Yes.
and the producers know it, and they have done all their homework, and they know exactly the buttons to press. So I have not watched it, but I have kept up online because there is quite the controversy going
Really?
on about one of the contestants whose name is Chris, I guess. There's 2 guys that are apparently just shitheads, and they're lying out their asses about everything, and people are investigating. This is why I would never want to go on a Love Is Blind.
No.
Not in season number 10 or 11. Season 1, maybe, because everyone's like, wow, what's this?
Yeah, it was a new concept.
It's a new
So,
concept.
and
that-
a couple of those people, or at least I know that one couple is still together and had babies.
and one couple just divorced. One of the
Well, and I think the last season too did not tell you that no one got married.
no one.
Yeah.
Not one single couple got married.
No.
So love really isn't blind. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess at the end of the day. But there is quite the controversy about these 2 guys and about how they went on and then they're saying things that are not true, and then everyone's investigating them online. And I am not giving a bit of sympathy to you if you are going on and hurting feelings and lying to people and being deceptive. Not giving it an ounce of empathy. What I am saying is, who wants to be put through that? Like, how shitty is it that your life, and I guess this is what happens when you decide to go on a show that's watched by millions of people in 2026,
absolutely.
but your life is completely dissected
Oh God.
by everybody. Every ex-girlfriend this one guy Chris had is now coming out of the woodwork, sharing voicemails, sharing text messages,
Oh
sharing
God.
what a shitty guy he was. He didn't pay for dinner when we went on vacation. He didn't hold the door open. He called me drunk and yelled at me, and all these behaviors, maybe not cool in and of themselves, but who amongst us hasn't had a relationship where maybe we made a few missteps? And
Yeah.
every single one of these, it's just, to
What
me,
you sign up for.
it feels so insanely Truman-esque, like Truman Show-esque.
Mhm.
And I don't feel bad for the guys. I feel bad for our society.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that there are so many problems in this world. And there was a guy, I put out a reel the other day. And not a reel, but I shared a story. And the story was, if people got upset about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, get ready for the World Cup when Latinos take over for like a month, right? It's because it's true. Like, it's going to be crazy. And the point is that everyone got so fussy about Bad Bunny, and then now the World Cup's going to come, and Latinos are having their moment. They really are. They're in the sun right now.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, me too. Hey, listen, you don't have to know me very well to know that I'm basically half Venezuelan. But it wasn't for my skin, I'd be Venezuelan, and my language.
That's what you're trying to achieve with
And
the
my
tanning
blood.
bed.
That's right. I'm trying to go full Vene. So anyway, this guy said, give them bread in circus. And that is a line from an old Roman poet and also from a Natalie Merchant song. Give them bread in circus means give them something else to digest while we are over here robbing the bank, essentially. Give them what they
Distract
want.
them.
Yeah, give them what they want. Give them the candy they want, right? And so I think about Love is Blind, and all of these people are spending endless amounts of hours investigating these guys while real shit is going on. And then I think about us doing the commercial break for endless amount of hours while real shit is going on.
But that's for providing the break.
We are. We're providing
Yes.
the break. We're providing a service. Those people are just,
Yeah.
investigating people on a reality show. Sounds like a noble cause. I'm not sure the commercial
I
break's a
just
noble
don't care
cause.
that much.
No, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
I mean, I
No.
might Google something, but other than that, what? I'm not going to delve deep.
How about Prince Andrew going to jail?
Oh, did you see that
Ooh.
picture of him? He looked
Yeah.
shocked.
For someone who doesn't sweat, he
Yeah,
seemed to be
yeah,
sweating
he
quite a bit.
Yes.
He was in quite the tizzy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he looked
That's big
shell-shocked.
news.
That's huge news.
Yeah.
To have a member of the royal family, and not an insignificant member of the royal
No.
family, the brother of the king.
Yeah.
To have him go to jail, actually be arrested, handcuffed, put in a jail, investigated like this. First of all, God bless the United Kingdom, because they are certainly taking this Epstein thing a lot more seriously than anybody in the United States
Yes.
government is. First of all. Second of all, that is a shocking revelation. It is. And but if you're even just like a curious watcher of the Epstein files and this Epstein saga, then you know that Prince Andrew is one of the most notable offenders that was with Epstein doing a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the real thing too is that he's not even getting arrested for what he
No.
did, with the girls. It's he was giving secrets away or giving government information.
But that's whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
He was privy to government secrets, and then he was handing them to
Mhm.
Epstein. And now you start to understand why Epstein was
Yeah, he had so much power.
the spoke. I mean, the wheel that
Mhm.
had all these spokes, because he had a lot of power, a lot of secrets, a lot of
Mhm.
information. And some people say this is just the tip of the iceberg, and it very well may be. And I got
I
to be
want to see it all unravel.
Me
I want the truth.
I got to be honest, it's starting to look a lot like the Trump files where Epstein is mentioned. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
mean, it's very interesting. And all of them go to jail. Trump, the Clintons, anybody who was involved in it. Let them
Yeah.
all go to jail. Bill Gates, I don't give a shit. It's like, you can't get away with that. It's the abuse of power. But I guess when you are so wealthy and so famous and so powerful, you just feel untouchable.
Yeah,
There are just, you
above
can
the law.
buy anybody off, and they're
Mhm.
certainly doing a good job of it now, at least in the United States. But in the United Kingdom, they don't fuck around. They decided, you know what? Somebody needs to go to jail for this bullshit, and we'll figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
guess he's going to have a trial.
let it happen.
Oh, yeah, no,
Let it
and
happen.
I guess Charles was like, yeah, we'll support it.
He has no choice.
No, he doesn't.
He has no choice.
Mm-mm.
And he said the right thing. Let the law take its course. And that's the right and only thing to say,
Mhm.
right? Can you imagine Trump saying, let the law take its
No.
course? That would never happen.
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, You remember I told you, I'll say this and then I'll leave it alone because I know this is about the commercial break, right? But do you remember what I told you? The most fascinating podcast online right now is the one where the two children are grilling their parents about being Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah. I think you told me about this.
Two children
Yeah.
left-leaning, two parents hardcore, blind as a bat Trump supporters. Anything he does, they're all about. Okay. This podcast, it's called The Necessary Conversation is the name of the podcast. You can find it on Instagram, YouTube, podcast. I highly recommend you go listen to it. It will be studied, I guarantee, for decades to come because it's a family torn apart
Yeah.
by
That's
politics.
happened a lot.
Yes. And these two parents are the epitome of what a blind Trump supporter is. Anything he does, it doesn't matter. They find excuses. They find a way. Whataboutism. Listen, whether you like Trump or whether you don't, he did wrong things, just like Biden did, just like Obama did, just like Bush did. You know, you got to be able to see the right and the wrong at the same time. No one can be right 100% of the time. The mother has started to turn, and it is a fascinating thing. She has started to say, I think Trump is covering up the Epstein files. She has started to say, I think Trump was wrong about ICE. She has started to say, and she's like turning a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's the whole internet is going crazy. These people get like millions of views on their Instagram posts, by the way. And the whole internet's going crazy. It's like, oh my God, the mother's turning. We get her.
Nice. Okay. I need to check this out.
I'm like, it's not about that. It's not about like winning or not
No,
winning.
it's
It's
not.
about like seeing reality for
Right.
the way that it is. And I hope that she does. So, and, you know, listen, we'll see what happens. We're going to need to welcome people back.
Yes, that's very true.
We're going to need to welcome people back at some point. And maybe this is a roadmap for how to do that. Maybe. We'll see. All right, Krissy and I are going to go back live in about 15 minutes. If you're streaming and you'd like to watch another episode, we're going to do 2 today. So we give you
Back to
more
back.
of the commercial break. Back-to-back episodes. So in about 15 minutes, 2:15 Eastern Standard Time, we'll jump back on. For those of you who listen to the podcast version, thanks so much. Press play. I guess you did.
Yes.
I guess
If you're
you did.
listening to this, you have
Yeah,
press
if you
play.
listen to that, press play. And then we'll be back on Thursday, just to let you know. We'll be back on Thursday. And then the first TCB Classic came out
Yes.
this week. So thank you very much to everyone who wrote in. 2 weddings and a funeral. You can go listen to that. One of our most sought after episodes.
Oh, yeah.
It's now the 3rd time we've run it as a TCB Classic. And then maybe on Thursday too, we'll let you video call into the show and we can all talk together. More information on that on Thursday. We'll go live again for 2 episodes on Thursday. Okay. Also, we'd love it if you would do us a favor. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break. You can, of course, watch all of the episodes that we have ever recorded on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. And if you'd like your free TCB sticker, we still have some available, tcbpodcast.com. Go to the website, drop us your physical address, and we will send one to you. Give us a week or 2. We don't just sit around waiting for you to request stickers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we let a few build up and
Yeah.
get them all out.
I'm watching Boy George at Harris.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
meeting Boy
busy.
George in the smoking section
Yeah.
at Harris.
Look alike.
Yeah. By the way, when I look at that, Boy George,
It doesn't look like the
no.
guy. Okay.
I should have known
The
because
guy maybe was what he used to look
he used to look
in the
like.
80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy George looks skinnier, more facial hair,
Yep.
and more work done.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. He looks better. He looks good. Good for him. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say. And he's still working. Listen, that's all you could want. Sitting in front of 5,000
Doing
adoring
what he
fans
loves.
on a Saturday night. What else could you want? All right, we'll see you back here in 15 minutes, or you hear us tomorrow. Either way, you got more than you can handle. Okay? All right, Krissy, that's all I can do for right now.
I think so.
But I'll tell you that I love you.
I love you.
I'll say best to you.
Best to you.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until very soon.
Yeah.
We will say, we do say, we must say.
Goodbye.
5:30.
on this episode of The Commercial Break. The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
2:30 in the morning! Oh, yeah, cats and kittens, welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and the co-host of this show, Chris and Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast and streaming audience. I think I just kicked off all of our streamers, but they'll find our way back.
Oh, okay.
They'll find their way back. I had to restart it. But anyway. News out of San Diego, which is very
Do tell.
it's very on brand for the Catholic Church. I'll just put it that way. I will say this about the Catholic Church. I often don't give a lot of props to the Catholic Church because of a lot of different reasons, but I'll give a little bit of props to the Catholic Church, as the Catholic Church is currently up in the northern, in New York, in New Jersey, in New Hampshire, in Minnesota, in Chicago. The Catholic Church seems to be on the front lines of the immigration debate in a good way, at least as far as I'm concerned. Going into the immigration concentration camps they have right now, making sure that these people are fed well, housed well, in good conditions. And a lot of the reports are they aren't. So the Catholic priests have a dictate. They're going to put their bodies in front of the situation. And
That's good. Well, I mean, I think the Pope has come out and said some things against it.
The Pope, the archbishops, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Anyway, but the Catholic Church is still the Catholic Church, so you got to expect a scandal every once in a while. And here's one. Here's a doozy. You ready?
Yeah.
A Catholic bishop in California was allegedly a regular visitor to a notorious Mexican brothel, a new bombshell report has claimed. Bishop Emmanuel Shaletta, 69 years old, has been accused of repeatedly traveling across the border from San Diego into Tijuana to visit the world-famous Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club.
The Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club in Mexico.
In Tijuana.
In Tijuana.
Now, if you've ever been to Tijuana,
I
you
have
know.
not.
Yeah, I have.
I know. I remember that story.
You know the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. It is a huge brothel.
Okay.
Huge. Hundreds and hundreds of girls working at any given time. It's world famous. A lot of people go down there just for the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. I've actually never been into it. I've seen the outside of it. And it can only be described as a Walmart-sized facility.
Really?
Yes. And you can go
like
online.
A big warehouse.
Yeah. A warehouse full of bedrooms. Neon lit up bedrooms with mirrors on the walls and all kind of shenanigans going on in there. So, I mean, that's what Tijuana's known for, right? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's the whole shtick there. Shaletta was a leader of the Shadalian Catholic Eparchy of St. Peter of the Apostle of San Diego. They always give the weirdest fucking names to those churches.
That's true.
He made more than a dozen late-night trips to the brothel in one single month, according to the report. Shaletta's salacious excursions reportedly slowed down to just a couple times a week after he was questioned about them. The report, ordered by the Vatican, said the bishop was spotted parking his car in the lot specifically reserved for people going to the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club, and from there he would board a shuttle exclusive to visitors of the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club.
There's a shuttle.
Yeah, there's a shuttle.
Okay.
Yes, that's how big this place is. You can actually go park in a parking lot near the border, and then they'll shuttle you to the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. This report was ordered by the Vatican. Let me repeat that part. It was ordered by the Vatican. If you don't think the Vatican is one of the most powerful organizations in the world, you are fooling yourself. If you've ever been to the Vatican, then you know that it's got vast amounts of wealth, and there is almost nothing on earth that rivals it. Not the Egyptians who have, the mummies, nothing.
Yeah,
It's
that's true. I've been.
unbelievable.
yeah.
They have just the part that you can see is priceless, worth maybe trillions of dollars. But that's the part you see, not the part you don't see. The stuff that's hidden in, a bunker a mile down under earth, all that shit. They are vastly wealthy. They are the largest real estate holder in the world. The Catholic Church ain't going nowhere, and they have the money to sustain any kind of scandal, including Bishop Emmanuel's little trips to the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club.
Well, I mean, I have to say, at least he's doing something about his sexual urges in I guess, a legal way down in Mexico
Here's the deal.
with consenting people.
That's it, with consenting adults. Now,
Yes.
the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club has been skewered by human rights organizations who say it is a hotbed of human trafficking. As I would imagine, most brothels, maybe with the exception of some in Amsterdam or other places where prostitution is legalized. But even that guy who owned the Bunny Ranch out in
Oh God, I watched
Vegas,
some of that documentary.
yeah, had been accused of holding people against their will at the facility. And when your product is a body, then you might get upset if your product is running out the door. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I have nothing against sex work. As a matter of fact, I think it can be a positive occupation for both the giver and the receiver of the services and the money. It just depends on how it's gone about. I've
Yeah.
had friends who've been involved in sex work, and they were completely autonomous. They did their own thing on their own time with the people they wanted to do it with, and they got paid well to do it. You can't do that forever, or maybe you can. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like you can do that forever. But this kind of place where there are hundreds of women working at any given time,
Yeah.
okay, maybe there's some nefarious shit going on there. But I do agree with you on one point. At least the priest is not taking it out on unsuspecting young victims. At
Mhm.
least he's trying to do it in a way that everyone is consenting, though, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Look at the size of that place.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's
it is
huge. It's huge. It's like 6 stories tall. It's,
Yeah.
yeah. And that HK reminds me of the Hell's Kitchen logo on Fox. Is this owned by Gordon Ramsay also?
Maybe Guy
A
Fieri.
food hall of tail. Let's put it that way. It is also reported that the bishop stole almost $1 million worth of funds
Oh.
from a fundraising organization
God.
that he led to feed his habits and to pay a mistress that he had. This is why the Catholic
Ah.
Church desperately needs reform in one major way. Let the priests fuck. Let them fuck. Let them get
Mhm.
married. Let them have children. Just let them do what they want to do with their sexual urges. It's obviously a pain point for the Catholic Church and has been forever and ever. Let them do that. It's not going to solve every problem, but I guarantee it'll solve a lot of the problems.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have to run around and hide and,
Be repressed.
be repressed, then you are able to explore what you want to explore without harming anybody, or mostly without harming anybody. Again, humans are humans. There's always going to be a problem child. But this is the way to solve most of those problems. The Catholic Church just can't get over themselves. They just believe that celibacy is the way to godliness, and I can't see why.
Mm-mm.
Isn't fucking part of human nature? If God made us, if that's your deal, if God made us, shouldn't we all be able to go out and do our thing? The body of Christ indeed.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The body of
I
Christ
don't get it.
indeed.
But I didn't grow up Catholic either.
And
So.
also with you. This is crazy. Look at this guy. Happy as a clam.
Oh my God, he really is.
Priest Emmanuel is happy as a clam. He just loves it. He's loving life. He's going down to the Ricky Ticky
The
room.
Hong Kong.
To the Hong Kong. Get down to the Hong Kong. Get yourself.
I guess there's been a lot of unrest right now in Mexico with all the cartel.
I'll tell you an interesting factoid. because it always comes back to me.
Yes, please do tell.
Last night, I was on my way out the door to go somewhere, and I had been fed on my personal Instagram, the one where I do a lot of talking about the Latino culture and Venezuelans. I had been fed a number of reels where Mexican nationals were filming gringos, white people, European people, Americans, Canadians,
Yeah.
looting stores in Puerto Vallarta. Now, Puerto Vallarta is a well-known second home or first
Yes.
home for the
Expats.
LGBT, the expats in the LGBT community. As a matter of fact, there's a huge LGBT community down there. I actually know someone who is gay who lives down there, and
Mhm.
it's heaven for him because he lives on the beach and
Oh, yeah. It looks
he's
beautiful.
surrounded by like-minded people, and he's found his home. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
It's a nice little town and relatively safe. Why is it safe? Because even the cartels know that you fuck with tourism,
Yep.
you got a problem, right? So it's a no-go zone for the most part. Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican Riviera, all that stuff. It's a no-go zone for violent activity until they killed Cervantes. Cervantes was the head of the Sinaloa cartel after they arrested Chapo Guzman, and then Chapo's son went down also about a year and a half ago. So Cervantes, who had been in the gang or the cartel for a long time, became the head of the organization, and then he brought together a couple of the smaller organizations under him. So he really had a vast empire of all kind of craziness going on, from gambling to meth to heroin to cocaine to prostitution to all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And in a very surprise attack, they found him in a cabin in the woods with his mistress.
That's right.
And they shot him, and they mortally wounded him on a helicopter ride back to the hospital. He died along with his 2 personal security guards. This upset the cartel so much that, and I'm sure you've seen this on TV, that they went around some of the tourist hotspots, setting buses, cars,
Yeah, it was a lot of vehicle fires.
a lot of vehicle fires, gas stations, pharmacies. They set them on fire. And so the entire town shut down. And because I follow a lot of creators that are Mexican, and because I get fed a lot of that, I
Mhm.
got to see a lot of them firsthand videotaping what they saw going outside on their windows, as well as a lot of the tourists there that were like, on rooftop hotels filming the entire city as it was up in flames, essentially, this beautiful town. But they also filmed Americans, Canadians, Europeans looting the fucking stores and
Really?
pharmacies, not for supplies, but for shit like liquor and cigarettes. And I put out a reel yesterday, like real quick. I put together a reel in the car. I put together a reel saying, I hope this gets to who needs to see it. Stop it. Like, that's
Mhm.
put down the shit and help. The reason the stores are closed is because they don't want their employees to get killed. Stop being a fucking moron. You're the problem. Put the shit back and help the locals. And if the stores are closed for a day or two, you'll survive. You got water, you'll be okay with not eating for one day. And then I put it up on my Instagram, and after an hour or two, I decided, that's just a hot-headed post. Let me take it down. And I
Right.
took it down. But it got posted to Threads.
Yes.
Like some of my
Uh-huh.
posts, they get posted to Threads too automatically. I don't do it. It just gets posted over to Threads. And it went crazy on Threads. The post went
You went hot
crazy.
on Threads?
I went hot on Threads, and people had all different kind of opinions. They were like, well, you forget that people loot in America too. No, I didn't forget people loot in America. And by the way, it's mainly the Americans that are looting in America when problems like this happen. Number one, and can you imagine the uproar if immigrants or tourists were here looting in our
Mhm.
time of need? 9/11, Boston Park bombing, Olympic Park bombing. Can you imagine the absolute insanity that would be going on if tourists or immigrants were here looting our shit in our time of need? It would be a total nightmare. So don't give me that fucking bullshit. Another guy was like, you're just fear-mongering. Fear-mongering? Fear-mongering me is telling you something is going to happen, or or I'm exaggerating what's happening. I'm not. There's reels of people, videos of people looting fucking stores. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So then a couple of my followers came to my defense and started posting
good.
those reels in the comment section. Like, hey, dude, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe it. I just can't believe what morons they are. I mean, it's got to be very scary to be down there right now. The cartel is 100% in charge of what goes on in Mexico. If you don't believe that, just watch what happened. It took 9 hours for the police or the military to get into Puerto Vallarta to even begin to assess the situation. 9 hours. 9
Wow.
hours defenseless while the cartel's running around, pulling people out of their cars and then setting their cars on fire. Even Blue's upset about it.
I hear her out
Fucking
there.
dumb dog. Swear on all that's holy. Why can't I have a normal life with a normal dog? Why can't I have Chipper? I need Chipper. I actually think Blue is going crazy in her old age. I really do. I think she's lost whatever marbles she's got left in that head of hers. She's just running around barking at nothing now. She's just like,
that's what happened with Nico.
yeah, that's what happened with Nico. But Nico would bark like, a couple times an hour. Blue just like incessantly just bark. It's crazy. It's crazy. What do we do? Does anybody have like a Yorkie rescue they can recommend for me?
Yeah. I think you've been trying to figure that out for the whole time we've been doing this.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to give someone else a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know how I'd get rid of Blue and then 2 days later I'd be crying about giving away Blue. So I know myself. Have I seen the Catholic raves? I have seen the Catholic raves. I've seen the raves where the Catholic priests are in the Vatican doing the EDM music to thousands of people.
Yeah,
have you seen
I saw
this?
something about that too.
Yeah, there's a very famous Catholic priest DJ, I guess.
Okay.
That's out there.
I didn't know if that was real or if that was AI or
it's
something.
real. It's real. I mean, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. So hard to tell these days.
It is.
So much AI shit out there. It's really our children are fucked. I don't know what I'm going to do with my kids. I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
Well, don't think about it right now.
No, I'm not going to think about it right now. I'll think about it later. All right. Did we do Frankie?
No, we haven't done, did we?
Did we?
No.
Did we do Frankie, guys?
We put something up on there.
We put something up on there, but I don't remember us actually talking about Frankie. Are we losing
We're
our mind?
our marbles.
All right, let's take a break and we'll figure it all back. We'll be back in 2 and 2, and Krissy and I will huddle over here and see if between the two of us we have enough brain cells to figure out what we talked about. To be completely fair to us, we have done 1,000 of these episodes.
Yes.
And this is what happens when you get up into your old age and into your thousands on the episodes. All right, we'll be back into it too.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I, Rachel, have taken over the voice duties at TCB. It's pretty simple. Astrid asked me to shut Bryan up, even for a minute. Well, lovely Astrid, your wish is my command. Do you want to help Astrid too? You know you do. Leave a message for her, or me, or Krissy at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. You can be on the show too. Just call and say something. Anything. Or text us and we'll text you right back. Promise. Then head over to tcbpodcast.com and get your free sticker. It's your constitutional right to a sticker, and we must abide. You get the point. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and watch all the episodes on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Best to you and Astrid, especially Astrid.
I walked in the door to grab a latte. I paid $10, heard Ariana Grande. But then I saw him and his big dog. I felt my knees weak, here came the brain fog. And though I'm not gay, you make me feel that way. I hope it never ends. My new Starbucks boyfriend. All my toes curl, all the feels come. My world of gold, you are my shining sun. We love to talk sports and swim in pools. You like the patio, I like the bar stools. And we spill tea and we throw shade. The other tables might think we're gay. I don't really care, I hope it never ends. You're my best Starbucks boyfriend. And though we're still straight, you make me feel a certain way. I hope it never ends. My new Starbucks boyfriend. And though I'm not gay, you make me feel that way. I hope it never ends. my new Starbucks boyfriend. And though I'm not gay, you make me feel the way. I hope it never ends.
My new Starbucks
boyfriend.
That's catchy.
It is catchy. Oh, I think we did do Frankie now that I'm thinking about it, so we won't be revisiting Frankie for a second time because we'll get 3 minutes into it and go, we already did this. We already did this one. But hey, listen, there's no new Frankie to talk about. So, I wish I had a new Frankie video to do, but Frankie is MIA. He's MIA.
Well, that means he's got a girlfriend.
He does, but this is even extended break. This is an extended time even for Frankie.
Well, maybe it's serious.
Maybe it is. He's gone 3, 4, 5. I think one time he went 6 months without posting. We're going on almost a year now. He hasn't posted anything.
Wow, that
so
is serious.
maybe he's getting married. Remember, we found an Instagram that he had. We should probably look at that. Frank
that's right.
Bernardo.
Mm-hmm.
Because we kept on saying Bernardo, and then Christina corrected us one time.
Yes.
And said, "Hey, it's Frank Bernardo." Frank
Mhm.
Bernardo.
Yeah, we saw the Instagram. We saw his family or his kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
His kids, where he's living with his.
We think
his
he's living
daughter.
with his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last video I think that we talked that was newer was him cooking.
Oh yeah, that's
Wasn't
right.
he
That was
making
like that was the last one we saw that was new from
Newer,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, he was cooking. There was a short one I think he did in the car one time.
Mhm.
Let's do Salon Suite. Salon Suites. Frank Bernardo, Salon Suites. No, I just don't. Oh, no, that's not him.
Yeah, it was hard to find him.
It was really hard to find it, but Christina did it. She found him. And I think she found it because it was like a link, link on his thing. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll get
check
into it.
in on him.
All right, we'll check in on him. But what I did want to say is that I was just reading this morning, even though I'm not into sports ball, which is a word that probably should have died 10 years ago. But anyway, even though I'm not into football, professional football, I did see where the Atlanta Falcons have released Kirk Cousins. Did you see this?
Oh, I didn't see that.
So for those of you that don't keep up with football, let me just explain in a nutshell. About 2 years ago, our high-flying GM of the Atlanta Falcons, which is owned by Arthur Blank, the multi-billionaire that
Started Home Depot.
Started Home Depot, and I think he's still a major shareholder in Home Depot. He bought the Falcons. He bought the professional soccer team. He's part of the group that owns the Hawks, and he's a very invested owner. He's got his hands in everything. And then he hired this GM that some people like and some people don't. The general manager. Some people like him, some people don't. But 2 years ago during the draft, about 3 days before the draft, if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons, in desperate need of a new quarterback after years of Matt Ryan not taking us once to the Super Bowl and then not doing much of anything in the playoffs, decided that he needed a strong veteran quarterback to lead the team into the new era. They got a new head coach, and the tides were changing. And so they went out and they hired Kirk Cousins, who is kind of a journeyman. He's kind of been all over the NFL, but he's known as a good quarterback. And he's a veteran. They felt like they could do something with him. He's in his 30s, so he still had a couple more years left in him. And so they paid him a $118 million contract for 4 years, $100 million of it guaranteed. $100 million out of 118 guaranteed. 4-year contract, $100 million, $25 million a year, essentially guaranteed, $18 million, whatever. Not a good deal. Not a great deal. But for a veteran quarterback, okay, it's the Atlanta Falcons. Blank's got money. They figure it out. 3 days later during the draft, they draft in the first round one of the more notable quarterbacks in the draft. And everyone's going, what did you just do? Why did you hire Kirk Cousins and then get this first round draft quarterback? I thought we already had a quarterback. And the person who's really pissed about this is Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
Kirk Cousins is like, what the fuck is going on? Well, Kirk Cousins comes out of the gate last year and he has a hot start. I think they 4-0 or whatever. They're doing great. Everything's great. Wonderful. Kirk Cousins turned out. Well, his star faded, as did the Falcons record. And so in the end, I think his name is Plexico or something like that. They put in this guy and he doesn't do much better. So now everybody is wondering exactly what the Falcons are going to do about their quarterback situation. They've got this young kid who has a long list of injuries. And now they just after 2 years, they have let
Cousins
go and owe him $100 million. Unbelievable how money flows like water amongst these sports players and these billionaires. It is just beyond comprehension.
It really is.
$100 million. $100 right now to me is beyond comprehension. But $100 million, it takes us about 4 episodes to make $100 on this show. But $100 million for coming in, playing 12 starts, and then just being let go. And Kirk Cousins, there are no good quarterbacks on the market right now. Kirk Cousins will find a new home. There are about 6 teams that need a veteran quarterback. And Kirk Cousins will find a new home. He will get another fat contract, and he will walk off into the sunset. An extraordinarily rich man. He fell upwards every step of the way. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins isn't a good quarterback. I don't know. I don't watch enough professional football. But the word on the streets is Kirk Cousins is a quarterback. He's a quarterback. I don't know if he's a good quarterback. He's got $100 million in his pocket and about 12 games to show for it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What are we doing with our lives? Why wasn't I a quarterback?
I know. Why weren't you?
I don't know. I think I could have thrown the ball. I could throw the ball.
You were chasing your music dreams.
I was chasing my music dreams, and I'm averse to pain. I'm not really good. I'm not really good at getting hurt. So,
there's some of that.
Yeah. So while the quarterback, he's a target. So if they get to you, you're going to get hurt. You don't get hurt as much as, like, say, a lineman who just takes a hit every time. But wow, what an amazing amount of money that these sports players are making.
They really are. It's incredible. Like you said, it's incomprehensible. I don't know.
It is incomprehensible how these altcoin traders, the Bitcoin traders, the Trump coin traders.
I saw something about the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is doing terrible right now. It's taking a shit right on the floor. It's going to walk out the door with taking a shit on the floor. What's his name? Logan Paul just sold a Pokemon card for like $12.4 million or something.
Yeah.
Somebody else, this guy, Golden. Remember we had a friend with the last name Golden?
Yes.
Not the same, but he was into baseball cards also. But a Hornus Wagner was sold, like a Hornus Wagner baseball card was sold for like $3.5 million. Damn. All these kids with these collectibles, all these Pokemon card guys, all these Bitcoin traders, all the guys on the stock market, they're all making billions and billions of dollars. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for milk for my kids.
I know.
It's just really unbelievable. Joe Rogan's got $100 million a year. I'm not claiming to be Joe Rogan. Joe's done 4,000 episodes. He's done a lot more episodes. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe at 4,000,
that's what it is.
That's
what we can just have that goal.
But at this pace, we'll be there when we're in our 60s. But we'll get there.
Good things come.
But all of this, like the whole Kirk Cousins thing, not that I care about football, what it made me realize is tonight's the State of the Union address. And Trump, if he has any chance of salvaging this presidency, and I know it's always, what have you done for me lately kind of thing. He's really got to start pointing out that there's a vast bridge between the haves and the have-nots, a vast bridge between the haves and the have-nots. And it grows every fucking day. And when you can make more buying Pokemon cards than you can working a 9-to-5 job, something is askew. Something is amiss.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you do about it. I'm no expert, but you got to start pumping investment dollars, money, and attention into the middle class in America, because a lot of people are in trouble, and the wealthy continue to get wealthier. And I don't mind people getting wealthy. I'd like to be wealthy someday too, but the poor keep on getting poorer, and it's really getting tough for people out here like me who have 3 kids, and everything costs 70% more than it did 10 years ago. It's just literally insane. I was at the Kroger the other day, and I followed this account.
The Casino Kroger?
The Casino Kroger. That's right. And just on brand for the Casino Kroger. I followed this account called like Pokemon Streets, Poke Streets or something like that. And I follow it because it is a guy that's trading in videos about all of the con artists and grifters that are attached to the Pokemon business.
Yeah.
And they have these Pokemon vending machines throughout Walmarts and Kroger's and all this other stuff throughout the world. And these Pokemon vending machines have become a hotbed for scammers and scalpers and all these people to jury rig the machines to give them the box of cards that everybody else wants, essentially.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about that.
Okay. So I'm not going to get into all the details, but here's one thing. I go up to the self-checkout, And it's hard to miss the big Pokemon machine sitting in the front of the fucking Kroger. There's a Pokemon machine there, and there's a guy that's standing there. He keeps putting his card in. He keeps clicking the box, keeps putting his card in, clicking the box, putting his card in, clicking the box. Meanwhile, there's two guys standing behind him.
Mhm.
And they start to get the guys behind him start getting a little itchy, right? They're like, hey, man, come on, whatever.
I need my
I need my
Pokemon.
Pokemon too. And I think to myself, what in the fuck are these kids doing with their lives? Sitting there just spending every dime they have on these Pokemon boxes of cards, right? That are like $119 a box. But then I keep thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
These kids are making more money in a day than I'm making in a year finding, Pokemon 3306, the fucking whatever they are, the energy cards or whatever it is. It's like, there's just something is upside down in society when Kirk Cousins can walk away with $100 million and we have doctors and teachers that can't even fucking, buy pencils for their classrooms. Something is upside down.
Mhm.
And I don't mean to sound like a bleeding heart liberal because I'm really not, but I just wonder what's going on in this world. Trump, if I'm Trump and I'm going up there tonight while I'm sundowning with dementia at 9 p.m. and I'm getting ready to talk for 2 hours about Bitcoin,
Yeah.
then if I'm his advisors, I'm telling him, stay on the economy, bud. Stay on the economy. Talk about the problems that people are having paying their bills. Talk about those and how you're going to fix them. And if he doesn't have big plans for that, I fear that it's going to be a real shit show for the next 3 years.
Well, yeah.
I will say this, though. It probably is going to be the most entertaining television we watch this week. Are you going to watch?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. Well, you know what we should do? We should get on and we should watch it together and we'll go live and I'll put it up here and we can watch and we can talk it through. We can pause it and see what Trump says.
Oh God.
There's a lot of people that think a lot of people, the betting markets actually said that Trump would not do the State of the Union tonight.
Mm.
And the reason why is because some people think he has dementia. And some people who think he has dementia think that he would be sundowning at 9 p.m. Sundowning is a phenomenon where people with dementia start to get super confused right around the twilight and bedtime because their brains are all kind of kafakta and they're having a hard time. My mom's got some dementia, so I understand this. She'll start calling people repeatedly saying the same thing between 6 and 9 p.m. because they're sundowning. And so some people said that his advisors wouldn't let him go out there at 9 p.m. But we'll see. I mean,
He's supposed to.
Yeah. If we're not at war with Iran at 9 p.m. tonight, right? I mean, that's the next move. Anyway, listen, kids, here's a piece of advice from Bryan to you. Pokemon cards.
Invest
in Pokemon cards and baseball cards and Dick Tracy cards and Bitcoin, all that stuff, because apparently that's the wave of the future.
God.
All right, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I, Rachel, have taken over the voice duties at TCB. It's pretty simple. Astrid asked me to shut Bryan up, even for a minute. Well, lovely Astrid, your wish is my command. Do you want to help Astrid too? You know you do. Leave a message for her, or me, or Krissy at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. You can be on the show too. Just call and say something. Anything. Or text us and we'll text you right back. Promise. Then head over to tcbpodcast.com and get your free sticker. It's your constitutional right to a sticker, and we must abide. You get the point. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and watch all the episodes on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Best to you and Astrid, especially Astrid.
I have been getting so much conversation in my DMs about this whole fucking Guthrie story.
Oh God. That's
People
so
asking my
sad.
opinion. First of all, why are you asking my opinion? I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not an investigator. I don't know. But this is all just very weird to me.
It's so weird. It's very bizarre and so sad. I mean, that's their mother. And she's just gone.
And
then
there are
there's the videos of the guy and stuff. He's got a backpack on. He doesn't have a backpack on. I don't know what's going on.
there are so many wacky theories out there, and in the mind abhors a vacuum. So it's just filling it with all kind of noise, right? But my twin brother started talking to me about this when we were on our way up to Maggie Valley. And I really hadn't thought about it all that much besides the small amount of conversation we've had. And then I started investigating, and people are blaming the sheriff. They're blaming her brother. The guy. There's pictures of the guy with a backpack and without a backpack.
I don't get that.
There's ransom notes for $1 million. There's guys who say they know where she is for $50,000. They'll get, it's like, what? There's $1 million ransom. Why don't you just give it up and get the $1 million?
I know.
It seems so strange. This is out of a movie. And who would be doing this? Who would be kidnapping Savannah Guthrie's mom? For what reason?
Yeah.
Untoward sexual fantasies?
I don't know. I mean, I did read something. I guess another one of these theories was that it was the wrong house. That maybe like the guy was going to rob the house or something, and it was the wrong house.
Okay.
And maybe he killed her. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for Savannah
God.
Guthrie because not that I don't know Savannah Guthrie. I very rarely have watched her on anywhere except for the Olympics, maybe when she's on the Olympics. But I feel bad for her because
absolutely, and the brother and sister.
Yeah, everybody involved, because it's clear now that the investigators are
stumped.
They're stumped. They're kind of like the gang who couldn't shoot straight. There's gloves all over the desert. Half of them are from the investigators. The other half, they don't know where they came from. They're releasing pictures and saying it came from the night of the kidnapping, but maybe not. I mean, but maybe not. They're saying that the nest or the doorbell was unplugged, but they managed to get pictures out of it. How does that happen?
I don't know.
If it's unplugged, how do you manage to get pictures out of it? And tell me that's not creepy in and of itself. Like if I disconnect my ring, I don't want pictures being taken. I'm asking for the pictures not to be taken. Now, I can't understand why you would do that, but okay. Number one. Number two, it's like, who are the nudniks out there who are sending fake ransom letters to a family that clearly is in distress? That is the worst of it all. And if you are sending ransom letters, then why not accept the ransom? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why not accept the relief? And at this point, with the pacemaker that hasn't been plugged in or monitored for medication for a month now, it's just terrible. I really, really do feel for the entire family. I feel for the family. I don't feel for the investigator. I mean, who's running the FBI?
Well, the same guy that was partying with.
Oh, that's right. Cash Patel. Oh, crash out Cash. I mean, what in the good fuck? Nancy Guthrie is missing. Someone just jumped over the, Mar-a-Lago walls with a gun and a bomb. And
but he's at the Olympics.
He's at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
He's at the fucking Olympics. What? This is an unserious country. Do you realize that this is an unserious country? Meanwhile, our Krissy Noem is buying an airplane for $180 million with a bed in the back of it. A bed. Did you see the pictures of that airplane?
No.
She's buying a $180 million 737 MAX with a bedroom in the back. A bedroom that is far nicer than anyone I've ever slept in. I can guarantee you that. With a queen bed in the back, because apparently she's screwing Corey Lewandowski, who's not even her husband. Krissy, this is an unserious country. We got problems. And someone find Nancy Guthrie, for God's sakes.
I know. I just feel like it's not going to be good.
Now, maybe she's at the Hong Kong club.
She
could be at the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. I don't mean to make light of the situation, but people are into some weird shit. Do you know what I'm saying, Krissy?
Yeah.
Some weird shit. Speaking of the Olympics are now over. This saddens me a great deal.
What a win. Both women's and men's. Gold.
The women, I think, have the more impressive feat because they went 12 games undefeated, only let 2 goals by the entire 12 games. I mean,
girls.
Listen, both of them, they deserve an equal amount of accolades, but the girls really fucking killed it. What a win by the guys. Yeah. I mean, just an amazing, amazing feat to beat the Canadians, who quite frankly are probably better at hockey than we are. But then all of the great storylines this was one of the more interesting Winter Olympics as far as I'm concerned.
It was. Yeah.
I loved it. I usually don't pay too close of attention to the Winter Olympics except for the curling, and I just loved it. The curling was exciting. The
biathlons, ones.
Sit down, lay down, stand up, shoot. That thing,
shoot,
whatever that was. Yeah. Never been so excited about people shooting and skiing in my entire life. The speed skating was amazing.
Oh God.
I watched
Those guys' thighs. Oh my gosh. It's massive.
They're abnormal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched for the first time, I watched the group speed skating.
Uh-huh.
The group speed skating is wacky. It's wacky because here it is. It's 12 laps around. Everybody starts at the same time, but then you can collect points on lap 4 and lap 8 if you're the first one by. So here's how it goes. Everyone starts off, right?
Yeah.
And for 400 meters, no one can cut in front of anybody. So everyone just kind of skates pretty slow.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start going at like kind of a normal speed, but some people slow down because they want to save their energy for that lap 4 and that lap 8.
They can get going.
But then some people speed up because if you lap somebody, they are out.
Yeah.
So some people are trying to lap. It's a wacky. Is this a sport or is this like American Gladiators? I don't know. But
yeah, it was really interesting.
It was wild. But you're right. The thighs are abnormal on all those human beings. People shouldn't have thighs like that.
Guess that's what you get when you speed skate
You
like
know,
that.
When I did my skate night at
yes, I
at
used
school,
to do skate night.
yeah, and they used to have speed skate. Remember when everyone would get
yeah.
out there and races as fast as you could go? I would win a lot of those because I was really fast on my roller skates. I like that. That's my claim to fame. My glory years when I was fast and 7 years old on my skate. So
those were fun.
Every time I see those speed skaters, I think I could do that. I got that. I can do that.
No.
Those guys are going fast, man. They're going fast. Doesn't look like they're going fast, but they're going fast.
Oh, they're going real fast.
And then, of course, we had the extreme downhill slalom, which so many people crashed, and that was entertaining. You don't like to see people get hurt. It was entertaining.
I like watching the snowboarding.
Snowboarding's okay. It's not my favorite, but I like watching it. Ski jumping, of course, is always an entertaining one. And then you got all different things, the toboggan, the skeleton, the luging. All those people are insane. They should get their heads checked for sure for going down head first or feet first. Either way, it's very scary and you shouldn't be doing it. It was just a very entertaining Olympics. I recorded every bit of it, so I'm going to keep on watching the ones that I haven't watched. Even though I know the results, I'm going to keep on watching.
Yeah, no, it's fun to watch.
Bring back the Winter Olympics every year. That's what I say. And the Summer Olympics, too, while we're at it. Why do we have to wait every 4 years? Can we do every 2?
Yeah.
There
is something every 2, but it's either
I know, but can we do like one every 1?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like next
every
year.
other.
Yeah, and I get it. It's a big deal, and you got to put together a bunch of stuff. The immense amount of work that these cities go through just to have the Olympics. I watched.
There's still some places around here in Atlanta that are abandoned.
Yes, many places. And listen, they do this every Olympics. People say it's going to be a boon, and it was a boon to our economy. Atlanta really benefited from the Olympics. It started a growth period that has not stopped. But for a lot of cities, they end up with, like in China, they end up with just empty buildings and empty facilities, and it becomes an eyesore and all this other stuff. I'm going to give you a piece of information that's about to shock your brain. Do you know where the Winter Olympics is called from? The broadcast is called from?
No.
New Hampshire.
From New Hampshire.
From New Hampshire.
Really?
By their own admission, because I saw a tour of the facilities while they were doing this, the NBC Sports compound in New Hampshire is where 80% of the Olympics is called. They are watching it on TV, just like you are watching it on TV. They are not there. They are not.
That is interesting.
Yes. Now, there are people that, of course, are on the ground.
Yeah.
There's the people who do the wrap-up show, or they're into doing the broadcast, and they're, in Cortina or in Milan or whatever it is. But the people who are calling the curling, the luging, the skeleton, they're in New Hampshire. And they're in a studio, and they're watching it on TV, and they have multiple different views. They put their cameras there. The Olympic Committee puts some cameras and microphones there. It all comes together in the NBC facility, and it's an amazing technical feat to make it all happen. But they have like 38 different studios at any given time that are live doing the calling of these games for NBC. It shocked me. It shocked me. I wasn't under the impression that every single one of these things was live
there
in the studio, right? But the way that they mix it, it just sounds so authentic and organic. And it really surprised me to know that most of it, they're not even on the same continent.
No.
They're somewhere else, and without delay. That's the amazing
what I was gonna
thing.
say, the delays I would be afraid for the feed to go out or something.
I mean, you'd think if you're like calling the curling, you'd want to be in there calling the curling.
Mhm.
But then I guess you don't get the same kind of view that
The
you
view,
do
yeah,
when
the
you're,
angle.
yeah. So kudos to NBC. NBC has the Olympics to 2083 or something.
Yeah, they do.
They paid $75 billion for it or whatever. They're going to have it forever, for a long time. And I think they do a good job. I really do. Except for, I will say this, the one annoying thing about this particular Winter Olympics is a lot of times it would say on the channel guide, men's curling.
Mhm.
And I was recording everything. So you'd go to look for men's curling and you'd get like men's, figure skating. And then they'd be in the middle of a curling match and then they'd cut away to go to something else at the good part.
Yeah.
It'd be like, watch the rest of this on, Peacock.
Well, that's what I've got Peacock, so I was able to do like 3 different screens
yeah.
of different stuff.
Fuck you. Fuck you. That's what we did for the Olympics, Summer Olympics last
Yes.
year. We got Peacock for a month. That's
Yeah.
what we did. We got Peacock for
I
a
bet
month
a
and
lot
then
of people
canceled
do
it.
that.
Yeah, it was a free month. So that's what
Yeah.
we did. And I know that Peacock, that's what Peacock does. But anyway, so the Winter Olympics is over. If you're sad like I am, well, whoa.
Oh.
Fuck you. Fuck you. All right. We'll all have to find something else to do with
I
our time.
know,
It
it was
will not be
exciting.
Love is Blind.
No. Hold strong.
I
You
will.
better hold strong.
I will. Holding
Don't
strong.
cave.
I won't. But I
You'll
don't
be
know.
sorry you did.
Yeah, I know I will. I'll be sorry I did. It's all going to end up in
Yeah.
ruins. No one's going to care at the end. The reunion's going to be boring like it always is.
Yes.
Nick and Vanessa are going to show up for 3 seconds
know,
on
right?
camera. No one's going to care.
They'll show up to the dress fittings and the
Yes, the dress
The
fittings, and they
suits.
walk in and out of the, the room on occasion.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. I don't know what else to say. We haven't done 2 episodes in a long time.
we haven't.
No, but we'll do it again on Thursday,
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or actually 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, 12 and 1:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll let you know. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break, and we'll let you know right before we go live. Do yourself a favor, get a free TCB sticker at tcbpodcast.com. You can go there, all the audio, all the videos right there also. But if you want your free sticker, go to the Contact Us button, drop down menu, I want my free sticker. Give us your physical address, and away we will go. And what else? YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. And a lot of you, not a lot of you, but some of you have wondered whether or not the phone line is still in action. It still is in action. I'm not giving it away anymore. I prefer that you hit us up on Instagram on that DM, because I can take the Instagram anywhere I go, but the phone, I don't carry that around with
Yeah.
me. And so it was an ill-conceived idea in the first place.
It sounded like a good idea at the time.
It did sound like a good idea. But what are we, a radio show? We're like
Yeah.
in the studio answering phone calls?
You're live.
Yeah. You're live. Ham bone and Hoadley in the morning. We should do a ham bone and Hoadley.
We should.
Maybe we'll do that on Thursday. See if I get my voice up to speed.
Yeah.
I'm still got this schmutz.
Me too.
I know, I can hear it. So follow us, youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Subscribe to the channel. You get notified every time we go live. That's the best way to watch us live. But we are live also on Twitch, in case you're wondering. Okay, well, Krissy, that's certainly all I can do for today.
I think so.
I will say this, though. Happy birthday, belated.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
Best to you out there in the podcast and streaming audience. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, Krissy and I will say, we do say, and we must say,
Goodbye.
goodbye.